Synchronicities. You know what? I'm gonna say today, going like them calling me for that guitar lesson, very much giving like synchronicity, because like something I have been thinking about is like I have this time to myself now before I start school. You know, I'm waiting for them to like call me back and let me know when I'm starting classes again. I'm sure they're waiting for some stuff to like line up so I can go back during the module that I left in. Yeah. So I was just thinking to myself, like, am I doing the most with my time that's contributing to what I really want to do? Like, what am I doing with my time that is pouring into my music? And a lot of my artist dates have been just chill, fun, like not really music focused. So that time really goes to like just enjoying life. And then yeah, again, just trying to figure out like where am I incorporating that part of my life into my time, like my music into my time. And I got that call yesterday about the Guitar Center guitar lessons, and so I went. That felt very synchronic. Honestly, I also got some equipment. It's right here. I don't know why this is that's my little bin with my like stuff to take a shower and stuff, like my shea butter, my soap, other stuff. So yeah. But I've got some equipment. I got this. Um and I got that over there. I've been having my microphone for a while, and then I got these headphones. And then I had to go get this other piece today so that I could connect my stuff all together. So I could connect it to my iPad. But yeah. I feel like these past couple of days have been like just me doing my best to make music a part of my life way more often, because that is something that I want. I want music to be a part of my life like all the time. I listen to music all the time. I have been like listening to like beats and stuff more on YouTube and stuff, looking into the ones that I like want to buy, because I do have the equipment to make my own beats, to, you know, create my own vibes and songs and stuff. That's the goal right now, to learn how to do that. But for now, I still want to be working on my music and like putting stuff out there, and I don't have a song out yet. So like I really want to have something out. I want to say summertime at least. Like an EP or even just a single for now, and then maybe the EP come out like late summer or something like that. Or maybe I should drop a single now. Either way, I have been working on more of my music, and I've been looking into like buying some beats and stuff until I get more in the groove of making my own stuff. I just saw 311. That is a number that I see a lot. I like that number. It also reminds me of my sister because her birthday is March 11th. Yeah. So, yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I'm feeling a bit sleepy. I am. Like I said, I literally just been up and on the go for all of the whole day. I just got back, I want to say an hour ago. Yeah, I just kind of hung out outside for a bit. I got some stuff. I got to see my best friend and spend some time with her. We went to this thrift store. I found the most beautiful jacket. It spoke to me, literally, like, oh, it spoke directly to me, like, take me home. And I waited for my mom to send me the money to get it. And she texted me like, I'm just seeing this. And she sent it to me. I ran back to the store. I got there. We had just left the store too, right before it closed. Like, I want to say an hour. Like, we left around 6:37. I got back there at 7:55. The jacket was not there. It was not there. It's okay though. That probably means that the universe has something much better in store. Yes. Maybe I need to go through my closet. Honestly, I should sell this jacket. This is a jacket that I have. It's a leather jacket. It's a black one. It's really cute. I wore it the other day with a really cool fit. But that jacket, it was kind of like that one, but it wasn't so puffy. Like, I feel like my black leather jacket is more puffy a little bit, like the way it is. It was more like straight, like a straight kind of style, if that makes sense. And then it was orange. It was like orange. It was like an orange kind of brown color. It literally looked like it belonged with me. I put it on, and these people standing next to me was like, girl, I thought you walked in with that jacket. It looks like it goes with your film. I'm like, I know. Like, yeah. So I went back to get the jacket. It wasn't there. That's okay though. Better things are coming. Boom. So back to the check-in. Goodness, I lost the page. I'm gonna find it. I'm finding it. Anyways, yeah, I guess I'm gonna be talking to my friends more about synchronicities and stuff. Really, my best friend, because that's someone that I talk to all the time, and my sister. But again, I talk to them about this stuff. I literally, if I'm not talking to, I'm talking to them. Sometimes I talk to my other siblings. They're pretty cool, but yeah. Anyways, and last question. Were there any other issues this week that you consider significant for your recovery? I will say, okay, I really want to work on, what's the word? This week, I feel like I did not take that much time to sit down and do the writing task. I feel like I've said that before, but like, out of the weeks, like, I usually get at least 3 to 4, even half of the tasks, the writing task at the end of the chapter done. This week, I started doing this exercise on the other pages. I don't think I fully finished it, but I started doing it. And then I did only one of the artist tasks, which this one really was just like, I got a lot to say about that. Let me write about that one. And I picked that one. Excuse me. Before I go to sleep tonight, I want to do at least one more. Yeah. But definitely making sure I get my writing task done. Any issues for real? Oh my goodness, something that came up. Leaving certain people in the motherfucking past so that they do not hinder my motherfucking process or get in the way or have me questioning anything about my motherfucking process, because I know who I am. I know what's up. And I have been doing the motherfucking work. I've been doing my best to do the work, and it's getting done. I had someone text me. Someone who I was I'm not gonna, oh, okay, technically dating, not really, we didn't go on any dates, and we did not have any sleepovers like how I did with this other person. Just someone who was just around in the summertime doing stuff. But he texted me, and he was just bringing up shit from the summertime. For one, that I feel like I do not recall. Like, I remember the conversation he's talking about. Some of the words he's saying is just like, did I really say that? Did I say those exact words that you're talking about? What game are you trying to play? Like, why are we bringing this up? That's my real question. Why the fuck are you texting me and bringing this up? Like, why is this thing? If you felt concerned enough in the summertime to feel like you didn't want to text me anymore back then, why come now and try to text me? You know, like, maybe you should have used your discernment and be like, maybe this is not what I want. You know, it feels like that's what you, like, he did in the summer. So why not stand on that at the end of the day? Like, stand on that. You know, the way he was like shaping it or whatever, like, he made it seem like he stopped talking to me, and the reason he brought it up or whatever he was like saying about this stuff happening or this conversation was because he was like, you're probably wondering why I didn't text you. No offense, I was not wondering. I was not wondering at all. This is not to be rude or cocky in any kind of way. This is my honest truth. Like, I did not wonder at all. I did not wonder. I knew why you didn't text me. I accepted it. I accepted it. I was okay with it. I do, like I said, I don't fully remember the exact words used, but I do remember the conversation, and I do remember how I felt during that conversation and how it may have came off to him. I do remember texting him the next day, apologizing for how intense the conversation might have felt towards him. But other than that, I was not apologizing for having my feelings. I have feelings just like any other human. And when people have feelings, they say things that are not fully true. Sometimes people just need to release. I feel like that's what that moment was, where I was just releasing a frustration from my body so that I don't have to hold on to it and move on from it. And that's what I did that day. I released and I let go and I moved on. On to the next. On to the next. Yeah, anyways. That's what I did though. And we both do agree that the feelings that I was having that night was not towards him. Because I remember that much. I remember that I was talking to him about someone else, but I don't think he knew that. Like, I don't think he knew that I was like he knew I was talking about someone else, but I don't think he understood the context, like, in which I was speaking about that person for real, and like all of the stuff behind it or whatever. He didn't know that for sure. He didn't know that. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure he probably would not have texted me if he knew what was really, Either way, why I'm yapping about this, I need to move on. The question was there any issues? I was talking about it with my best friend today, and she just helped me realize, it was funny because I seen a message like this earlier in the week somewhere where it was like, some people, like, and this is not the exact wording, but like, some people come back into your life to show you where they stand. And I feel like that's what happened. Like, old boy came back to text me, and like from there I saw where we stand, which is we don't need to keep doing this. We don't gotta play no kind of games with each other. We don't really have to entertain each other. We can leave each other where we left each other in the past. And that's okay. It's okay to move on. And it's good that I have that confirmation, and maybe he gets that. Maybe we both get that. Hopefully we do, so that we are able to move on and be happy. Yeah. You know, I will say that having my best friend talk to me about that and saying what she said, and then I remember, oh yeah, I saw a message like that earlier in the week before you said that, like, thank you for that. It definitely helped me realize, like, some people are just best left where they are, because like I'm at a different point in my life now, you know, where, like I said, I've been doing the work and it's been getting done, and I've been doing my best. And honestly, when he came back and reminding me of that situation, like, it kind of, like, the way he was wording it, it felt shocking. And I'm just like, yo, bro, like, am I okay? Like, am I okay? I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm human, and like I said, I'm doing my best. I know in the summer, it was, honestly, I remember the summer was a bit mixy, but it was real good though. It was really good. I had a really fun summer. I will say, I got to have a lot of adventure, to say the least. Got to have a lot of adventure and dating and exploring my creativity with my friends, and just finding new things that I like, remembering old things that I like, stuff like that. Like, my summer was really fun, and I'm grateful for the summer that I had in 2025. I am. I will say though, the dating part of it had me feeling like, oh my goodness. I was feeling a little bit emotionally overwhelmed at the time. And that is something that I did reassure him and let him know, like, yeah, bro, like, I do feel like I'm feeling emotionally overwhelmed, before I shared whatever came after that, whatever he's over there yapping about. I say all that to say, leaving certain people in the past, definitely important for recovery, because not everybody is meant to be reconnected with and taken along on this journey. You know, not everyone, you know, not to say, okay, yeah, just not everyone deserves the chance to get to see where I'm at in life, you know, because sometimes they come back and, you know, they want to see that process, but they also hinder that process, if that makes sense. Like, because like I said, that moment left me feeling like a little shocked, and I'm just like, again, what was the point of this? Why did you text me about this? Like, do you want to, are you trying to disturb my peace? I'm over here working through some shit. I'm over here getting shit done. Why did you just bring this up? Why did you just bring this up? We could have left that alone. Could have left it alone. And instead, I'm sitting here wondering about me. Like, yeah. So that was something that was just like, definitely lesson learned. I need to stop texting people back who I don't really. I was just doing my best to be open-minded. I was doing my best to be open-minded and be like, cause like, the way he came back, like, feeling like, saying like, oh, you're probably wondering why I never texted you back. Like, low-key, I thought the same thing. We both thought that we ghosted each other. If you know, for lack of better words, I'm gonna use that word, ghosted. We both thought we ghosted each other. We both thought, like, you know, or maybe I didn't. You know, either way, I will say that that parting was like, it was understood on both parts. Like, I was aware of how, like, what's the word for it? Like, dramatic my feelings felt that night, you know? So, like, I wasn't even feeling no kind of way if he ain't text me back. Like, I wouldn't have felt no kind of way. You know, it surprised me that he texts me now. Anyways, so I think it's time to leave that alone. I think it's time to leave that alone. But that was like something that, again, it left me feeling shocked. And I do want to say, like, that was like something big for me. Like, because the feelings that it created in that moment, I was just like, bro, what? Like, what? And for a moment, I felt unsure of a lot of things. So I do think maybe it is best to leave some people, like my best friend said, and like that message that I seen earlier in the week said, it is best to, you know, allow people to show you where they stand in your life. And if that standing is somewhere on the far side of the world, that's cool. And there's gonna be other people who are able to stand next to me and experience me in a certain way. Maybe he is just not one of those people who are meant to be close to me and standing next to me while I walk through this journey we call life. Word. So yeah, that happened. That happened. I'm so grateful, I want to say, for my best friend. You know, like, sometimes her words, it's like I was telling my therapist earlier in the week, or not earlier in the week, but I literally just spoke to her on Friday. It's Saturday. But, yeah, it was like I was telling my therapist, like, sometimes we have the knowledge that we need, and we just need an outside voice repeating it to us so that we could be like, oh yeah, like, you know, like having my best friend say that message that I already saw earlier in the week, it really clicked, like, oh yeah, like, you're right. Like, you know, I was telling my therapist, like, sometimes we have the information that we need, but sometimes you just need that extra support telling you that it's okay to take those steps and to utilize that knowledge and to, you know, to help guide you into, you know, like, this guides you in certain situations and through them. It's always nice to have that person there supporting you and someone who you feel understands, you know, what you're saying and what you're feeling and what you're going through in that moment. Yeah, so I was low-key telling her about that, like, my therapist. I'm like, yeah, bro, I do read a lot of, like, psychology, philosophy books, like the Four Agreements, stuff like that. And essentially, I have a lot of information, a lot of knowledge on, like, how we should be, you know, to make certain things look and feel easier. But again, putting that stuff into practice and also having that support to put those things into practice, those are like two different things. It's like having the knowledge and then the action behind having that knowledge. And sometimes taking an action is much easier, again, like I said, with that support and those other people just cheering you on behind you, who believe in you, who know you well enough to be like, you can do this, like, you know this information, use it, you know. So yeah, I'm grateful. I'm so grateful to have my best friend. Yeah, we're gonna be up there. We're gonna be up there together. We're locked in. Like, yeah, we're gonna be up there together. My best friend, I'm pretty sure I mentioned this already, but she's also an artist. So yeah, I'm excited to see where our journeys is gonna go, like what it leads to for the both of us. Like I said, I'm so grateful to have her. Like, she's really like a beautiful thing in my life, a beautiful person, a beautiful woman. Oh wow, she really is. Like, you know, I'm not really the biggest like God worshiper, faith thing, you know. I'm agnostic. I mentioned this before, where I'm not, you know, like, I'm not saying God doesn't exist, but I'm not saying God does exist. But if God does exist, I am grateful that that source put my best friend and me on a similar path to where we could meet each other. Not only just meet each other, but like come back together at a certain point in time where we really like needed one another. Like, because after high school we weren't exactly as close as we are now. You know, after high school we weren't really like, we were close in high school. Like, we were always like, we were in a lot of the same classes, I want to say. So we saw each other a lot in school. Outside of school we really didn't, you know. And then I had my own life outside of school going on. She had her own life outside of school going on. And it wasn't until like, I want to say like 18, really 19. Yeah, that's when, yeah, I think I hit her up, or maybe Juju hit her up. Somehow, some way we were like in contact, and she came to the city because she had moved away for a bit to Connecticut, and we hung out. We hung out one night, and I'm like, okay, yeah, like. And then there was another time where she came to the city and she spent the night at my crib. Like, and it's so funny because not a lot of people have done that. That woman can say she spent the night at my house more than once. Not a lot of people can say that they have done that at all. At all. Words. So, and this was before I started being like, oh yeah, like, this is my best friend, this is my best friend, like, word. She is just like, just a great thing. Anyways, but I'm grateful that we got closer. Eventually, when she came back to the city, because she moved back to the city, we got much closer. We actually end up, she started working at Ulta, and I was like, oh, girl, put me on. And she sent me the job posting, and I applied, and we was working the same job for a while. And that was another way we got even closer. And I'm like, okay, like, damn, this is my girl right here. Like, and I started calling her, like, bestie and stuff. We started, like, I remember that summer that she came back, before she started working at Ulta, I was working, like, I was doing Uber Eats. I was really hustling. I was really hustling. I really, like, get money. I really get money all the time. Like, I don't play about that. Like, I got money. But, yeah, I was doing Uber Eats, and, like, we was, like, just finding some random things to do that summer. When she came back, we were going to eat lunch together sometimes. We were going to the movies more often. Bro, we snuck into the movies sometimes. There was this one time, bro, where we gassed the nigga at the fucking, because when you walk into the movies, they have the person checking your tickets, so you don't just go into the movie theater and do whatever. Bro, we told this nigga we had to use the bathroom, and we couldn't find our tickets. We just gotta use the bathroom real quick. Nigga, we never left the theater after that. I think we saw like 2 or 3 movies that night. Bro, that's really my girl. Like, we were just having so much fun. Like, that's really my best friend. I am so grateful to have her. Look at me yapping about my bestie. Bro, that woman, I love her, and I'm grateful for her. And I always love getting those words of wisdom from her. Like, she is just like a beautiful soul. She's such a beautiful soul. And again, I'm so grateful to have her in this life. I am. Anyways, I think that's all for the check-in. That is all for the check-in. I answered all the questions. I'm just kind of yapping a little bit. As always, thank you for listening. And love you, ladies.